In this video, we are going to look at the state of eafc 24 as it currently stands. All I'm seeing is a lot of content creators sitting there complaining, snowballing off each other about how poor this game is. And my cards on the table, I wholeheartedly disagree with that. I'm open to other people's opinions. If you want to let me know what you think, comment down below. But I don't really see what the issues are in this game. There are problems, but I don't think they're anywhere near what people are saying they are. And overall, I think it's a big improvement on other FIFAs that we've had before. So let's get into it, take a look at the game, and tell me what you guys think. If you're struggling to make coins on this game, check out foottrading.co.uk. We guarantee you'll make millions of coins with the buying and selling prices for every single card on this game, as well as handwritten guides by us to take you through the week. You'll also get to enter the monthly tournament, meet new people, and play for cash prizes. It supports our content, you will make millions of coins, and it will mean you'll never need to spend a single point on this game. So check out Foot Trading, but for now, let's get into the video. Alright guys, welcome to the video. I'm Fuzzball40. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below. Click the like button and comment, it makes all the difference, and I will try my hardest to come back to every single one of you. I'll be live on Twitch directly after this video, as always. So yeah, get involved, join the community, it's growing every single day. But anybody that has watched this channel for long enough knows that I am one of the biggest people that have given EA grief for years. I even had intros in my videos a long while back, basically pacing this game because it has been awful for a fair few years now. But this year's game is, in my opinion, one of the best FIFAs we've had in recent years, maybe in the last 4 or 5 years, right? I'm not saying this game is perfect. By no means is this game perfect. But a lot of the things that have been added to the game have been brought in because it's what people have asked for. Now, there are flaws, there are issues, but I feel like a lot of the crying I'm seeing from certain content creators and people and whatnot is just parroting Hills, shout out to you, parroting one after the other, basically, these issues. When really, this is what you were calling for the whole time. Why do you suddenly not like it? So we'll talk about the big elephant in the room to start with, and that is gameplay. This is the one thing I will agree with everyone on. The gameplay isn't good enough. It isn't ready for release in 6 months' time, let alone being brought out now. The 71 depth thing, absolutely ridiculous. Why it hasn't been patched yet, and we're on the 9th of November as I record this, I have no idea. It's a cutback simulator, and realistically, the gameplay should underpin this game. It's a football simulation game, right? Does it make EA money though, the gameplay? No, which is why you can understand from a business perspective, they don't bother to sort it out. Doesn't make it okay, but that's going to be their reasoning at the moment. So gameplay, fine. I would agree with you on gameplay. But what else do you really want on this game right now? I'm going to start by talking about the first thing, and this is the one thing that is really starting to wind me up. Evolutions. This is the single greatest addition, in my opinion, to Ultimate Team since basically SBCs came out. 4 years and years, every single content creator out there, Nepo, all of these guys, were talking about the opportunity to have cards that you could play with them and they upgrade after playing a certain amount of games or a certain amount of goals or a certain amount of wins, etc, etc, etc. The community called for it, people that played the game called for it. EA listened and did it. And now all we hear is people complaining, oh, it's too expensive to do, or it's too long to do. The Marcus Llorente one, for example, that everyone did. It's too many games. It's too long. I want to be able to chill. Hang on, you were asking for this not very long ago. And again, I've been EA's biggest critic for a long time. I don't like them in any way, shape or form. I hate what they stand for. But you guys asked for this grind and you've now been given it. And there are multiple to do. You haven't got to do every single one. I've done a few of them. I did the centre back at the beginning of the game. I think Pacey Protector. My Founder Evolution. I've done Marcus Llorente. You can't on one hand say we want this brought out and then when it comes out still complain that it's not exactly what you wanted. You can't please everybody, okay? Now, people are saying Llorente was too long. It was 40 wins and all the assists and whatnot. Firstly, you could do that in squad battles. It might be boring, but again, you asked for something to grind. I did a lot of mine in Rivals, just playing with Llorente because I was like, he's half decent to use anyway. But to me, a 40 wins for basically grinding out Llorente to make him a very good card now isn't that much. And let's not forget, like, no one's making you do it. It's your choice. It's your choice. But Evolution, Sensational Edition, and there's so much you can do with them. It's given people the opportunity to really build their ultimate team. Lewis, one of my mods, has actually got a Doncaster Rovers player in his team that is usable and good. Ben Close, shout out you. He couldn't do that any other year. No way. If I want to go and do some Sutton United boys, I can. And that to me is exactly what people have been asking for. Then the other concern that people have is friendlies, right? Now, friendlies were basically changed this year to skill-based matchmaking. So when you play a friendly, you play against someone in and around your own division, basically. I think it's 1 up, 1 down, and your own division. And people are complaining about this, saying it's made friendlies too sweaty, okay? That's a really arrogant mentality to have. Why should someone, like I got to Div 2 last season, why should I go into Div 2 and then play friendlies against Div 10, Div 9, Div 8 players and just pump them? How is that fun for them? That in no way, shape or form is fun for them to have to play people like that and get the chance of playing against someone when they're trying to complete the Centurion's Cup or whatever it is. So I understand the issue that maybe it isn't so friendly anymore because you're playing people and you sweat enough in other modes. But at the same time, it's not really fair. People have this mentality of looking at it from their own perspective of being a Div 1, Div 2, Div 3 player. You haven't got a God-given right to just pump people, and it's not enjoyable for the people that are lower down to basically get pumped maybe in Rivals, get pumped in Champs, and then get pumped in Friendlies as well. To me, I don't think it was the best edition this year, but I understand the reasoning for it. Does it bother me? No. Has it impacted my experience in Friendlies? Not at all. I'm still getting games done, I'm still getting wins, I'm still doing what I've got to do. So I don't really understand, again, the complaint about this, and it always seems to come from people that are higher division, or just people that really want to sweat the game out or whatever. And I'm like, this now gives casuals the opportunity to play some friendly matches and craft and grind what they want to grind from objectives. I don't really get the argument against skill-based matchmaking in friendlies. It doesn't make sense to me. You have no God-given right to just get someone easy and pump them. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion on it. And then we get on to content. People are complaining about the content, okay? I don't get how or why. I would agree we do need a couple of bigger SBCs that you can grind towards. And there is a big problem with getting hold of fodder. And that's something I will talk about in a second. But at the moment on this game, if you just go to all, this is what you have on the game currently to basically get your teeth into. You've got Barella, Bellingham, Vidic, an 85 plus upgrade, Centurion's crafting upgrade, Juan Foyth, I mean that is a bad SBC to be fair, 75 plus player pick, Martin Odegaard, these two Showdown SBCs, Marta, an icon upgrade, Heung-min Son, Leao, Leka, Watkins. I could keep going. There are so many SBCs to do, and you can now this year really choose which ones you want to do. Now there's an argument, and I understand the argument about, well, they're releasing a lot of centre-backs, or they're doing a lot of like meh cards. Fine, I get that argument to a certain degree, and I do have a massive issue with how EA are trying to draw people to the store this year, more than any other year. I do get that, and I'll talk about that in a second. But there's tons of content. There's loads. There is loads for you to do in this game, and if you really want to, you can grind this content out perfectly fine. If you look at the objectives, right? The objectives themselves, the season rewards have been great this year. Everyone asked for an upgrade to season rewards, along they came. Look at this now. You've got 2 theme team pursuits to do to get you loads of basic packs, whatever. Centurion's Cup, Jared Bowen there. I mean, kit ones I don't really care about. Seasonal, you've got the weekly objective, Champions Boost, the FC Founder stuff. There's a lot coming out all the time and a lot for you to complete. So I don't really understand the argument against content this year. There's always stuff to do. Now, the thing that people level at that is these have all got to be done in modes which are sweaty, and you can't really just chill and play the game. And that I will agree with. You maybe do need somewhere that maybe you do the objectives in there specifically or whatever. But again, that comes down to the fact that people don't like that they're being matched up against other people who are in the same division as them, and they can't just chill, relax, or it can't be casual, it has everything sweaty. Well, it's going to be sweaty for you if you're good at the game, because you're playing against people who are just as good as you. Up the sort of lower divisions, I say lower divisions, technically it's the higher divisions, they're all quite casual. And all the casuals are playing the casuals. When you think about it, most of the casuals just play the casuals. You don't get promoted that often if you're just casually playing this game. So I don't really get where the issue is. And then when we talk about the Div Rivals and we talk about all this sort of stuff, Champions, the rewards this year, in my opinion, are way better than they were any other year. You can get 9 wins. I mean, I got 9 wins and got Zidane. I got very lucky, but you can get 9 wins and still get good Foot Champs rewards. When you do the qualifiers, you get good rewards. When you do Rivals, that does need an update. It's basically the same thing as last year, so I get the argument against Rivals. But there's only so much EA can throw onto the game at any one time, because at the end of the day, they're still here to make money. Whether we like it or we don't, they're still here to make money. So that comes down to it. And when you see all these different modes, I don't really see, again, where the issue lies in these modes. It just seems to me like a lot of people are complaining because they're having to play against people that are sweaty because they themselves are sweaty. Like, that's that. Like, I don't really know what the solution to that would be, because again, you're not going to keep people happy. Some people want to play against people that are as good as them to get better at the game. Other people don't. So how EA counteract that, I don't know. What I will say, there is a massive issue this year with getting hold of fodder. With the introduction of the Women's League, which was long overdue in my opinion, there are now so many more cards on this game. And the pack weight does not reflect this in any way, shape or form. It's quite obvious that you are, it seems anyway, that you're less likely to pack promo cards this year, you're less likely to get high rated fodder this year, and that is a massive problem. And EA know exactly what they're doing, because when you head to the store and you go and have a little look in the store, this promo pack here is full of different packs you can get that give you a guaranteed 80/60s and all this sort of stuff, and they're expensive. They're $20, $30, $40 or whatever at a time for you to go and buy them, okay? That has gone too far. That has gone way, way, way too far. When you're paying already for the Ultimate Edition like 100 quid or whatever it was for the Ultimate Edition this year, you should not have to be sitting there thinking you've got to spend $150 a month just to keep up with the fodder on the game. Now obviously I trade, and a lot of you guys that watch this video trade as well, so you don't have to worry about that so much, because if I want to do an SBC, I'll just go and trade, make the coins and do the SBC. It's not a problem to me. Not everyone can do that though, and I get that. But surely that will also change when League SBCs are dropped. That will change when upgrade grinding becomes more viable as different things come onto the game, and it's going to help you to get fodder. What concerns me is I just feel like as a community, a lot of what we asked for the new game has happened, and yet we're still not happy. Well, I am, but people still aren't happy. How do EA keep this bigger fan base, this bigger player base, happy? It's impossible to keep everyone happy at all times. You can't. You physically can't do it. What I just think this is for a lot of people, a self-entitlement. They don't like it because they shouldn't have to sweat against people, or they don't like it. I'm seeing a lot of traders complain about the game at times and whatnot. And realistically, from experience, I'm seeing myself at times lose coins because EA do interfere with the market a little bit, or the market crashes off with these evolutions and whatever. But the simple solution is either adapt to survive, or don't. You have to change the way you trade and whatnot. We've worked it out this year on the website, how we go about trading and the advice that we give, and when we go all in on an investment on certain days and days we don't really buy in too much or whatever. And we use that time just to help you guys learn to trade rather than buying loads of stuff. We use that time to help you guys learn how to trade. I'm sorry, you don't get to complain because you're losing coins on the transfer market. No one's making you trade. It's your choice. It's simple as that. It's your choice. This game isn't perfect at all, and I don't want this video to come across like it's perfect. And I completely understand if you disagree with me. It's completely fine to disagree. I'm not saying anyone has to agree with what I'm saying. But when you look at the game, in my opinion, from a step back and take an objective look at it, I don't really see where the issues lie to make it the worst FIFA ever, or a terrible game, or it's going to die in a month's time or whatever. I don't really see where those issues lie, because for me personally, I can turn this game on every single day and there is always something for me to do, and that is all I've asked of any FIFA title in recent years, is to come on and do something. During the weeks, I can go and do my Rivals games and get those done to get my rewards, okay? I can choose to then grind beyond that if I want to climb the divisions and get better rewards. It's not this thing where everyone goes, right, you get 7 wins, you disappear off. People choose to do that, but if you want better rewards, you'll grind Rivals to go up the divisions. We've got evolutions now, so if I think, right, I'm bored of Rivals, let me go and do some evolutions, I'll go and do some evolutions. And again, they haven't got to be done in Rivals. So I'll go and do some evolutions instead. That's fine, no problem. Or I might go and do some Champs Quali games. I'll go do my Champs qualifications and do that. On a weekend, I might play my Champs games themselves and get rewards. Or if all of that's boring me, I can go and trade. Or I can go and bronze pack method. Or I can go and grind an SBC or do an SBC that I fancy doing. I've so far this year genuinely never come on this game and been bored. Ever. And I think a lot of this stuff is one person says something and it's fashionable for everyone to say the same thing and complain and moan. Now, if you do disagree with me, by all means, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I'm perfectly fine to hear it. But it is my opinion, and it is just my opinion. I just think I don't really understand what it is people expect EA to do to keep everyone happy. It's physically impossible for them to do that, and I've never been their biggest fan, so it is what it is. But that's my opinion. If you disagree, you agree, comment down below, let me know. Like I said, live on Twitch directly after this video. The link is down below if you want to come and get involved and join the community. But that'll be the end of the video. I'm out. Peace out.